All right, let's dive into this. Machu Picchu, the lost city of the Incas, high up in the Peruvian Andes. We're talking, I mean, this is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, one of the new seven wonders of the world. It's going to be epic to explore,
Right.
especially if you're like me and dreaming of finally experiencing this place for the first time.
And it's funny, right? Because Machu Picchu wasn't always this global icon, this instantly recognizable wonder. For centuries, it was hidden away, shrouded in mystery. It was only rediscovered in 1911 by Hiram Bingham.
Yeah, and it's that whole idea of uncovering a lost civilization,
Yeah.
like stepping back in time,
Yeah.
That really captures the imagination, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
This city, built by the Incas in the 15th century, then abandoned even before the Spanish conquistadors even arrived, lost to the world for hundreds of years. I mean, it's mind-boggling.
It is. And when you consider that they constructed these intricate stone structures without any modern tools, it's awe-inspiring.
No wheels, no iron tools. How did they do it?
The precision of their stonework is incredible. Take Sacsayhuaman, for example. Those massive walls are fitted together so tightly you can't even slip a piece of paper between the stones.
It's amazing.
It speaks to an incredible level of engineering and astronomical knowledge.
Okay, so before we even set foot on those legendary stone paths, let's talk logistics. Where do we even begin?
Well, first things first, acclimatizing. Cusco, the former Inca capital, sits at over 11,000 feet. You need to spend a couple of days there to let your body adjust to the high altitude.
Yeah, that makes sense. You don't want altitude sickness ruining this adventure.
Yeah.
But besides acclimatizing, what else is there to do in Cusco?
Yeah.
And how can we make the most of those first couple of days?
Well, Cusco is a fascinating blend of Inca heritage and Spanish colonial influence. Start at the Plaza de Armas, the heart of the city. You'll find colonial churches built right on top of Inca foundations.
Oh, wow.
It's a visible reminder of the layers of history embedded in this place.
So while we're soaking in the atmosphere, what about food? What are some must-try dishes, when in Cusco, right?
Yeah. Oh, Peruvian cuisine is fantastic. It's a delicious fusion of Inca traditions and Spanish influences. You have to try lomo saltado, a stir-fry of marinated beef strips, onions, tomatoes, and soy sauce. It's often served with rice and French fries.
Sounds good.
Very savory and incredibly satisfying, especially after a day of exploring.
Okay, I'm taking notes. So since we're in the former Inca capital, I'm guessing there are some incredible ruins nearby.
Absolutely. You can't miss Sacsayhuaman. You can actually walk among those massive stone walls we mentioned, try to fathom how they were constructed. And then there's Cuenco, with its underground chambers and ritualistic carvings. These sites offer a glimpse into the daily lives and beliefs of the Inca people.
It's like stepping into a living history lesson.
Exactly.
They've got the captivating history, the breathtaking scenery, the delicious food. But I've always wondered, how did the Incas integrate their spiritual beliefs into their everyday lives? Does Cusco offer insights into that?
Definitely. Before you head to Machu Picchu, I highly recommend a visit to the Inca Museum. It houses a wealth of artifacts and information that will deepen your understanding of their culture, their art, and especially their cosmology, their view of the universe. It's the perfect foundation before venturing further into the Sacred Valley.
The Sacred Valley. Just the name evokes a sense of mystery and wonder. What makes this region so special?
Picture this, a fertile valley carved by the Urubamba River, surrounded by towering Andean peaks, and dotted with Inca ruins and traditional villages.
Sounds incredible.
It's a visual and cultural feast.
Okay, so it's more than just a pretty view, then. What are some must-see spots in the Sacred Valley?
Well, first, you have to experience the Pisac Market. It's vibrant, bustling, and overflowing with colorful textiles and handicrafts, perfect for souvenirs and to get a taste of local life. And then there's Ollantaytambo. This town has an impressive fortress that was a strategic gateway to Machu Picchu. Standing amidst those terraces, gazing out at the valley, you can almost feel the presence of the Inca warriors who once defended this site.
Wow, I can just imagine. So after immersing ourselves in the culture of the Sacred Valley, we'd be ready for the Inca Trail. What makes this trek so iconic?
The Inca Trail isn't just a hike. It's a pilgrimage through time. For centuries, it was the main route to Machu Picchu.
Right.
You'll be walking in the footsteps of the Inca people, traversing the same paths they did, surrounded by breathtaking landscapes.
Hold on, though. This isn't a casual stroll in the park, is it? I mean, I've heard it can be pretty demanding.
It's definitely a physical challenge. The classic Inca Trail stretches for about 26 miles and takes you over rugged mountain passes, through lush cloud forests, and past fascinating Inca ruins. You're hiking for several days,
And the altitude definitely adds another layer of difficulty, especially when you reach Dead Woman's Pass at a dizzying 13,829 feet.
Whoa, that's some serious altitude. What kind of preparation would you recommend for someone attempting the Inca Trail?
Besides being physically fit, proper acclimatization is key. Those few days in Cusco will really help. Also, make sure you have sturdy hiking boots, pack layers for all kinds of weather, and bring a good raincoat. The weather in the Andes can be unpredictable.
Good advice. So we're hiking for days, surrounded by incredible scenery. What's it like camping out along the Inca Trail?
The campsites are part of the adventure. Imagine falling asleep under a canopy of stars at places like Huelabamba, Pacamayo, and Fuyupatamarca. Each one has its own unique charm, gathering around a campfire with fellow trekkers, sharing stories, and that anticipation as you get closer and closer to Machu Picchu. It's a special kind of camaraderie.
That sounds magical. And after this epic journey, what's the feeling like when you finally arrive at Machu Picchu?
There are a few experiences like it. For many, the highlight is reaching the sun gate, or Inti Punku, at dawn. As the first rays of sunlight break through the mist, Machu Picchu slowly emerges, revealing itself in all its glory. It's truly breathtaking.
Wow, it sounds like a truly transformative experience. But before we get lost in the grandeur of Machu Picchu itself, let's pause here for now.
Welcome back. Ready to actually step through the sun gate now and into the heart of this ancient city?
Oh, I am more than ready. I mean, after that incredible journey along the Inca Trail,
Yeah.
I can only imagine how awe-inspiring it must be to finally stand among those ruins.
There's a palpable energy, that washes over you as you enter Machu Picchu, surrounded by these incredible stone structures nestled amidst towering peaks. Like, you really do step back in time into a world we can barely comprehend.
So let's dive into the details then. What are some of the must-see spots within Machu Picchu? Like, what should we prioritize?
Well, you can't talk about Machu Picchu without mentioning the Intihuatana stone, also known as the hitching post of the sun.
Right.
This intricately carved stone right in the heart of the city. It's fascinated archaeologists for decades.
What's so special about it? Is there more to it than meets the eye?
Well, its precise shape and positioning, they suggest that it served a very specific astronomical purpose. Some believe it was used to track the movements of the sun, predict solstices and equinoxes, maybe even regulate the Inca agricultural calendar.
So it was like their ancient high-tech observatory. I mean, I've heard about the Incas' deep connection to the cosmos, but to see it reflected in their structures like this, it's incredible.
It is.
What other wonders does Machu Picchu hold?
The Temple of the Sun is another highlight. This beautifully preserved structure with its curved walls and trapezoidal windows. It's a testament to the Incas' architectural ingenuity. It's believed to have been a sacred space dedicated to Inti, the sun god, the most important deity in their pantheon.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's not hard to imagine Inca priests performing ceremonies there, bathed in the golden light of the rising sun.
Exactly. And it was strategically positioned, the Temple of the Sun, to align with the sun's rays during the winter solstice, illuminating the interior with this celestial glow. It's a reminder of the Incas' reverence for the sun and their deep connection to the cosmos.
Speaking of connections, I'm curious about the pathways that led to Machu Picchu. Was the Inca Trail the only way to reach this city?
It was the main route, but it was part of a much larger network. The Incas had this intricate system of roads and trails spanning over 25,000 miles throughout the Andes.
Wow.
These expertly engineered roads, paved with stone and often carved into the mountainsides, they were essential for connecting their vast empire.
That is just mind-boggling to think about the scale of their engineering achievements. I mean, did they have any specific construction techniques that allowed them to create such durable structures?
They used a technique called chacana, which involved fitting stones together perfectly without any mortar.
Oh, wow.
It's a testament to their craftsmanship and their understanding of geometry.
It's incredible.
Yeah. And the result, incredibly strong and durable structures that have withstood centuries of earthquakes and harsh weather conditions.
Yeah, it's a testament not only to their ingenuity, but also to their deep respect for the natural world. We've talked about the Intihuatana stone, the Temple of the Sun, these incredible roads. What other must-see structures or points of interest should we prioritize during our time in Machu Picchu?
There are so many. You'll want to spend time exploring the Room of the Three Windows, which offers panoramic views of the surrounding peaks. And then wander through the Sacred Plaza, the heart of the city, and try to imagine the Inca ceremonies and daily life that once unfolded there.
I'm starting to understand why people describe Machu Picchu as a place of profound energy. What advice would you give to first-time visitors to really make the most of their experience?
Take your time. Don't rush through the sacred site. Allow yourself to soak in the atmosphere, wander through the ruins, contemplate the mysteries that surround you. Sit in quiet contemplation, observe the play of light and shadow, and just let the spirit of the place wash over you.
Yeah, it's easy to get caught up in checking things off a list, but you're right, it's important to just be present in the moment and really experience it.
Huh.
What about food? Are there any local dishes we should try while we're exploring this region of Peru?
While you're in the Sacred Valley, be sure to sample pachamanca.
Pachamanca.
Yeah, it's a traditional dish of meat and vegetables that's cooked underground using hot stones.
Oh, wow.
It's a true feast for the senses and connects you to the ancient culinary practices of the Andes.
Okay, Pachamanca. I'm adding that to the list.
Oh.
So let's say we've explored Machu Picchu, we've tasted the local cuisine, and we're ready for a bit more adventure. What other experiences would you recommend in the area?
For a different perspective on Machu Picchu, hike up Huayna Picchu. This towering peak, which you've probably seen in countless photos, that iconic backdrop to Machu Picchu, it offers breathtaking panoramic views.
I've seen those pictures.
It's a steep climb, but well worth the effort. Just be sure to book your tickets in advance because spaces are limited.
Okay, Huayna Picchu, I'll check it out. But I have to admit, after trekking the Inca Trail, I might be craving something a bit more relaxing.
In that case, spend an afternoon at the hot springs in Aguas Calientes. That's the town at the foot of Machu Picchu. The naturally heated mineral waters are the perfect way to soothe your muscles after all that hiking.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
Yeah, it's a true oasis of relaxation nestled beneath those towering peaks.
Before we move on to the final part of our Machu Picchu deep dive, any other essential advice for our listeners who are dreaming of embarking on their own Peruvian adventure?
Yes, remember that Machu Picchu is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and we all have a responsibility to protect and preserve it. Follow the guidelines, respect the site, and leave no trace of your visit. Pack out everything you pack in, stay on designated trails, and be mindful of your water usage. And of course, be respectful of the local communities and their traditions.
It is a privilege to experience such a wonder, and we should all do our part to ensure its preservation for future generations. We've covered a lot of ground in this episode, from the practicalities of planning a trip to the more profound aspects of experiencing Machu Picchu. But there's one crucial aspect of this journey we haven't delved into yet, the spiritual significance of Machu Picchu.
That's where we're headed next. Join us as we explore the deeper meaning and energy of this sacred site. It's a journey that goes beyond the physical realm and touches upon something truly transformative.
Welcome back to our Machu Picchu deep dive. We've covered so much ground, from the bustling markets of Pisac to those breathtaking views from Huayna Picchu. We talked about the Incas' incredible engineering, their connection to the cosmos. We even sampled some of the traditional cuisine. But now I'm ready to explore a different dimension of this place, the spiritual side of Machu Picchu.
Yeah, what's truly captivating about Machu Picchu is that it's not just an archaeological site, it's a place of profound energy. For the Incas, this wasn't just a city, it was a sacred sanctuary. It's where they connected with their ancestors, the cosmos, and the very forces of nature.
So it's more than just beautiful ruins and stunning scenery. There's a deeper energy at play.
Absolutely. The Incas had a concept called Pachamama, which translates to Mother Earth. They saw the entire natural world as interconnected and sacred. And Machu Picchu, nestled amidst those towering peaks and lush valleys, it really embodies that connection. It's a physical manifestation of their spiritual beliefs.
That makes a lot of sense. It's like the very location of Machu Picchu was chosen to amplify that connection to the earth and the cosmos. But what specific practices or rituals did the Incas perform at Machu Picchu to tap into this spiritual energy?
Well, much of Inca history and belief was passed down orally, and unfortunately a lot of that knowledge was lost during the Spanish conquest. But we do have clues. The careful alignment of structures like the Temple of the Sun with celestial events suggests a deep reverence for the cosmos, a desire to harmonize with natural cycles.
So they were very much in tune with the rhythms of nature. Did they have specific deities or spirits that they venerated at Machu Picchu?
Inti, the sun god, was paramount in the Inca pantheon. The Intihuatana stone, which we talked about earlier, likely played a role in tracking the sun's movements and celebrating solar events. But they also honored other deities like Pachamama herself, the Earth Mother, and Viracocha, the creator god.
It sounds like their spirituality was very much integrated into their daily lives and their connection to the environment. Do you think that's part of what draws so many people to Machu Picchu today?
I think so, absolutely. Beyond the history and the stunning scenery, there's a palpable sense of something deeper at Machu Picchu. Many visitors report feeling a sense of peace, awe, or even a spiritual awakening. It's as if the energy of the Incas still lingers among those ancient stones, inviting us to connect with something larger than ourselves.
Yeah, it's like stepping into a living, breathing testament to a lost civilization, a civilization that understood the interconnectedness of all things. It's no wonder people feel so inspired or moved by the experience. But it's interesting to consider how the Incas might view the modern-day pilgrimage to Machu Picchu, you know.
Yeah.
Thousands of people from all over the world flocking to this once hidden city, drawn by its beauty and mystery.
Perhaps they would see it as a rediscovery, not just of a lost city, but of a lost way of being, a way of living in harmony with nature, with the cosmos, and with each other.
That's beautifully put. And maybe that's the ultimate lesson Machu Picchu offers, a reminder that we are all interconnected, part of something far grander than we can sometimes comprehend. It invites us to slow down, to appreciate the beauty of the natural world, and to seek that sense of harmony and balance that the Incas so carefully cultivated.
You know, as much as we've uncovered about Machu Picchu, there's still so much mystery surrounding it. Why was it built? Why was it abandoned? What other secrets lie hidden within those ancient stones? It's that sense of wonder that keeps us exploring, questioning, and seeking answers.
It's a powerful reminder that the journey of discovery never truly ends. So to our listeners, if you're yearning for adventure, for a glimpse into a lost world, for a chance to connect with something truly awe-inspiring, Machu Picchu awaits. Let its mysteries ignite your imagination and inspire your own journey of exploration. Thanks for joining us on this incredible deep dive.